If you actually want to get $150,000 in business funding in 90 days, then you definitely need to know the exact steps and how to approach it.
Founder and CEO of the
Truth Capital.
A lot of individuals devalue funding, in my opinion, simply because they're fucking incompetent and they don't know what to do with the funding when they get access to it. You got a lot of people out here that's running through a lot of money, getting themselves in credit card debt, splurging on Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and all this bullshit, going to motherfucking strip clubs, booby trap with the money.
company that's been making headlines for all the right and wrong reasons, the Truth Capital.
The Truth Capital.
Truth Capital.
I'm not the person to listen to when it comes to not taking risks, playing life safe, being average. I'm not that guy to listen to.
Hey Lotto.
Tay Lotto,
Hey Lotto.
the charismatic
And often polarizing founder has positioned himself as the face of financial empowerment.
I hate Dave Ramsey. Fucking hate him. I don't agree with shit he's saying. I think he's trying to make everybody live a very normal, average life that they don't want to live. Pause. Before we get into the video, I want to go over one thing that's extremely important. This channel is brand new, and with that being said, we need your help growing this channel. In return, I'm going to be giving you direct access to my $2,500 credit repair program 100% free. This program took my credit score from a low 513 to a 708 in just 8 short days, and you're getting that program 100% free. All the video walkthroughs, all my online disputes, and every single dispute letter that I used in order to take my score from a 513 to a 708 in 8 days. You don't have to wait 30 days. You don't have to wait 90 days, 60 days like everybody else is saying. When I got results in only 8 short days. But there is only one requirement that you must follow in order to access this program. All you have to do is like the video right now, comment 3 different times below this video, and subscribe to the channel. That's all you have to do in order to access my $2,500 credit repair program absolutely free. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share direct access with you as long as you follow those 3 steps. So please, take a couple seconds right now to like the video, comment 3 times below, subscribe to the channel, and watch until the end.
How much of business funding is knowing the right steps, and how much of it is just banks gatekeeping money from regular people?
So if you actually want to get $150,000 in business funding in 90 days, then you definitely need to know the exact steps and how to approach it. So it's not banks keeping information from the general population. They're not gatekeeping shit. But what you need to do is you need to understand how to leverage what they call credit card stacking on not only the business side, but the personal side. And I'm going to tell y'all why motherfuckers out here are not getting approved. So with that being said, everybody thinks that, okay, I can just open these new LLCs, get funded, which you 100% can do this. Wow, that's not the average norm of how a bank and a lending institution actually funds a consumer. What you have to do is you have to build your personal credit first to, let's say, a 700 through, honestly, if you want business funding, the real thing you need to aim for is a 720 or higher. If you don't have a 720 or higher, obviously the traditional bank is going to look at your personal credit, which is what this 0% interest funding that everybody's getting. That's what it's going off of. It's going off the personal credit. So you can have a new LLC. You can open 3 LLCs. You can get them funded. And, you can leverage your personal credit in order to get the business funding. The bad part about it is a lot of people's personal credit don't meet the exact qualifications in order to qualify for business funding. So no, I don't think banks are gatekeeping information. I just think we got dumbass, incompetent people spreading fucked up false information on the internet when it comes to credit repair and funding, and it's not true. If you don't have sufficient credit on your personal side, there's no way Bank of America is going to give you business credit on a brand new LLC.
A lot of people say go get an LLC, then business credit. But what's the truth? Do banks even take small businesses seriously?
Yeah, 100%. Banks take small businesses very serious. Like I said, if you have basically a government system or a nation that doesn't have funding criteria for new establishing businesses, then you don't have an economy. If you don't have a fucking economy, you don't have people working jobs, and you don't have individuals that can pay Amazon their weekly checks. They can go to Costco and go to Publix and grocery shop and do all this shit. So with that being said, for new businesses, banks definitely are always going to have funding products for them. But what you must understand is when people trying to get $150,000 in funding, you can't just immediately dive into business credit if you have no sufficient personal credit. What we require in my funding company is you need cards, not just the $300 cards. You need $1,000 plus on your credit limit. You need cards or primary accounts that's, let's say, you got 3 open credit cards, you got 1 auto loan, you got 1 mortgage loan. Not saying all the time you got to have a mortgage, but you need sufficient credit. Basically, you need a credit history. And when people, let's say for a young guy who's trying to invest in crypto, right? He's trying to get it popping, but he don't have any credit yet. So you got to wait them 3 months. You got to wait them 6 months. Go put $1,000 on 3 different credit cards. It's still your money. Nobody's taking your money. Nobody's getting over on you. You can still utilize that money every day for the shit you need. Gas, groceries, all the shit you need in order to maintain your lifestyle. But as far as banks having funding products for new businesses, it will always be an evergreen recession-proof business model for banks because that's how the economy runs. If you don't have funding for new banks, you don't have new companies developing, you don't have new employees out in the workforce. So with that being said, hell yeah, banks are always going to leverage funding for new businesses.
What do you think is the main mistake people make when asking banks for a large loan without a plan?
Basically, like example, if you go to Chase Bank, right, on their business lines of credit, where they're not business lines of credit, but 0% interest business credit cards, they only give you max up to 150 grand. And that's across multiple LLCs. So with that being said, if you're a new customer with Chase, you go in, get approved for 0% interest credit card. Let's say they give you 75,000. You open up a new LLC, they give you another 75,000. If you take that third LLC in, they won't give you any more extension on your business credit simply because that's their max out rate at 150 grand, 0% interest on a business credit card. Now, with that being said, the thing that you're asking basically still goes back to how is the personal credit structured, right? What I'm trying to get across to individuals is not something that's quote unquote get rich quick, right? You can get access to funding very fast. You can get access to credit very fast. But if you don't have sufficient personal credit, it all starts with the foundation. If you don't have sufficient personal credit and you don't have 3 open revolving accounts, meaning 3 open credit cards, usually you can get away with 2, but preferably 3. 3 open revolving credit cards. If you don't,
From the same bank.
it don't have to be from the same bank. You can go to Capital One. You can get a $1,000 secured credit card. You can go to Discover, $1,000 secured credit card. Navy Federal, $1,000 secured credit card. You can add a Navy Federal pledge loan where they give you your fucking money back in like fucking 3 days, literally. Like I did a $20,000 pledge loan with Navy Federal. I handed them $20,000 cash. They reported a $20,000 primary account to my credit report saying, hey, he paid off this $20,000 loan in 6 months. So obviously to any lender, that's going to look fucking amazing. And it reports as an installment loan. Once the business credit lender pulls your credit and they see sufficient credit, you're getting what's called what I call next level high limit funding. It's not about just getting funded, right? A lot of people can go out there and get $10,000, $20,000. That's not hard. But a lot of motherfuckers out there can't go get $75,000, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000. They can't do it, right? So with that being said, like in our company, right, the biggest we've ever got somebody on the first round funding is $330,000. And this was a combination between personal and business funding. A lot of people have a plan. They know what to do. People got ideas. People are not fucking stupid. They have a plan and they know what to do with money. So with that being said, if they get the correct access to the correct capital that people need, then they can leverage that capital and do whatever the fuck they want to with it and make their dreams come true. In fact, That's how 99% of wealth is built. It's very rare for a company like fucking Apple to say, oh, we bootstrapped everything. We never took an investment out from anybody. Like Steve Jobs and Wozniak, when they were in the fucking garage building Apple, they didn't just say, oh, we funded this with all our money. We never took any investments. We never took any loan. No, if you look it up, Steve Jobs went to the bank in Silicon Valley, a normal bank, just like everybody can fucking do now. And I'm pretty sure he got $200,000 loan, right, to keep Apple afloat when they were not Apple as we know today, right? So with that being said, a lot of individuals devalue funding, in my opinion, simply because they're fucking incompetent and they don't know what to do with the funding when they get access to it. You got a lot of people out here that's running through a lot of money, getting themselves in credit card debt, splurging on Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and all this bullshit, going to motherfucking strip clubs, booby trap with the money, and they simply are incompetent. How about you take the $20,000 or $100,000 that you got on a credit card, leverage that shit into making more money, and then you'll actually get somewhere in life.
In order for them to do what they want with their money without being emptied out.
Right, 100%.
Do banks want people to succeed, or is business funding more about keeping them in debt?
Banks more than want people to win. That's a question that the average individual that believes in bullshit conspiracy theories, that's something they believe in. That's some individual with a victim mindset believe in. A bank can loan somebody $20,000, $30,000, right? And we were just talking about this before, the camera start rolling. A bank can loan a motherfucker $20,000, $30,000. It's about what that person does with the money in order for them to get their life on point, them to get their life straight. If I take 20, 30 grand right now, let's say I have a new business, right? And let's say it's a bulletproof business model like food industry, right? I open a food truck with 20 grand, right? That's a significant amount of money to open a food truck with. But let's say you have a $20,000 budget, right? Let's say this $20,000 budget, I spend 10 of it on the food truck and 10 of it I still have as a line of credit and I still have access to. That $20,000 loan, let's say I'm paying $600 a month on it. Do you think I can't sell plates for $20, $30 each and make $600 a month? At $30 a plate, I only need to sell 20 in a fucking month. That's less than one plate a day. And I have a $20,000 budget. I can run marketing. I can do Facebook ads. I can put myself on Google ads. I can put myself all over fucking YouTube and sell one plate a day. One plate a day, I'm paying this loan off. One fucking plate a day. Just one. And 2 plates, I'm profitable. 2 plates a day, I'm profitable. Selling them $30 a piece. So with that being said, when you start breaking shit down like that strategically, you'll understand how much your time is valuable on this planet. You'll understand how, damn, no wonder motherfuckers like Trump, they go get $1 billion from the bank, and not only they pay this shit off, the bank loves them, and they made a fuck ton of money off the loan.
I disagree with that because I think banks don't want you to have money. They want you to use theirs so they can make money from interest. If you put $100,000 of your own money in the bank, they don't care. And if you try to withdraw it all, they might not even let you.
That's a very incompetent answer. Very, very incompetent. And I'll tell you why. Number one, if a bank doesn't want you to make money off the credit card or the loan that they provide you, if they quote unquote don't want you to make money, then guess what? You're not going to make the interest payment. You're going to default on the loan.
Obviously, you have to possess money to pay the bank back.
Yeah, but the thing that you just said was banks are quote unquote against you and they don't want you to make money, but they want to loan you an amount of money, or they want to give you a credit card with, let's say, a $20,000 credit line, and they don't want you to make money. That's simply not true. Because if you don't make money with the money that they gave you, you can't pay the fucking loan back. It's a lot of bad debt in America. It's a lot of bad debt. But if you take that shit in there and you paying them interest after interest on every single payment you make, then guess what they gonna do? They gonna loan you bigger amounts of credit. And they're gonna continue doing business with you for the rest of your fucking life. Because guess what? They see you as a valuable asset. Do you know, like, I don't know how many times you've been in the bank with me personally, but every time I walk in the Bank of America, Mr. Carr, you got motherfucking the banking specialist, Larry. Like literally last time I just walked in, come out his booth, he's with a fucking client. Mr. Carr, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Still in business? You and your sister still in competition? Y'all still making money for the family? How you doing? You got motherfuckers running after you, right? Because you're a good client to the bank. They understand, oh, this is a private client just walked in. Boom. They understand this. But if you're a fucking screw off with the bank and you fucking them out of all their money, of course the bank don't like you. It's fuck you. Because you saying fuck them. The bank wants to make money. Trust me. They want to do the big real estate deals with you. But it's incompetent people fucking up the system, not paying their loans on time, not paying the shit back. And I understand, all ideas do not flourish. All individuals that start a business, don't fucking make it to the top. And that business is not a successful business, right? But the thing is, what people have to understand is, when you leverage, let's say 0% interest funding, you get your personal credit right, and then you go get 0% interest funding from Chase, that shit never sees the light of day on your personal credit. So guess what? You can go do that shit all over again. You can go do it all over again, right? So it's not like you're unattainable of getting funding and you can't go out here and get additional funding after you already fucked up. It doesn't even go on your personal credit.
Can someone with bad credit still get business funding?
No, you're fucked up. If you have bad personal credit, there's no way for you to get business funding. If you have somebody out there saying, hey, I will get you EIN only funding without you having a already successful ass business that has cash collected every single month, which is 99% of people don't have that type of business, you're not getting fucking funded with even average or bad credit. You got a 620, 630, 640. It's very unlikely that you're going to get approved for a business credit card. It's very unlikely. And if you do get approved, it's going to be for some bullshit like $8,000, $10,000, which can help a lot of people. I'm not knocking that. But just being all the way up front and cutting through all this bullshit you see on the fucking internet, they're lying. They're doing it to go viral. I understand. It's a marketing strategy. If you just tell the whole world that has fucked up credit, listen, I know a lot of people. A lot of people come to me for credit shit. A lot. You see my DMs. But if you have a lot of individuals that are incompetent, don't know how to take care of their credit score, or if they motherfucking fuck their credit up, they don't know how to get it back up. They don't know how to do that. If you have that type of individual saying they can go out and get EIN only funding, you're fucking lying. It's not real, it's not true, and it will never be true. The government don't work like that.
What's one thing banks don't tell people that could get them approved instantly?
One thing banks don't never tell you that can instantly get you approved is if you have leverage on the bank, number one, you have what I call, so you have essentially spidey senses in that motherfucker. So example, right? What I mean by if you have leverage on the bank, if you walk in, you already big and bad, you got 750, 780, they're not letting you walk out, right? Especially a credit union. You walk in that motherfucker with a 780, 800 credit score, and that member service representative pull your file, I guarantee they're not letting you walk out without the interest rate you want, without the motherfucking loan you want, and without the amount you want. They're not letting you walk out. That's number one. A lot of people think they don't got leverage and they just got to take what's offered on the table. No, be a negotiator. Be at the deal table. You know how many people I got funded last year by simply calling the fucking reconsideration line when a loan or a credit card was denied? Tons. Our approval rate is over 90%. When people come to us, it's 90. They have a 92% chance by the analytics in our business to get approved. We hardly ever see a client where it say, we ain't got you funded. It's honestly fucking impossible. If we look at your credit and we assess your shit and we give you the green light, yes, this is a go, you can get funded. No, it's not no, we don't have money on the table for you. You know how many people come to me and say, hey, I've been to this person and I went to this person and they said they was going to get me funded. You are actually the only motherfucker that got me funded. And then I look at their credit report. They go into all the traditional banks, Navy Federal, DCU. They're going to all of the traditional ass shit that they see online. Do you not understand? It's something called where shit is washed down. Meaning this shit is oversaturated. People are tired of seeing it. When somebody disputes their credit, trying to get negative items off their credit report, credit bureaus are tired of seeing the same shit. That's why we add emojis to our credit repair letters. We use red and blue text. We bold our text. There's so many strategies we use that's different, right? People are tired of the average norm. And when you have that level of, being average, and I call it a level of fucking incompetency, when you just live your life doing everything average, you're going to the average lenders. Guess what? Think about it. Let's think. If you're getting disapproved by Capital One, Navy Federal, DCU, then guess what? They have the motherfucking ball in their court. All the idiots are going there. Of course we don't have to give you high limit funding. How about we just give everybody 10K? How about we only feed the top 1%? Everybody with 800 credit scores. How about we give all the money to everybody with a 750 plus? So when people it's really people, I'm telling you, it's really fucking people come to me with a 720 credit score and really cannot get funded. I see it on their inquiries. What happened here? What happened with Navy Federal? Oh, they denied me. It's supposed to be one of the biggest fucking credit unions in the world. Not saying that Navy Federal has not issued individuals high limit funding, high limit credit. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of individuals, especially last year in 2023, I don't know what the fuck the banking system had going on, but I was the one my funding company was actually sending clients through these approval processes with business, personal and business funding, and people with good fucking credit, are getting denied because they're going to the top of the food chain. You got to go places people aren't talking about. Yeah. And that's one of my secrets, honestly. That's honestly our company's biggest secret. Go to credit unions you've never heard of before. Because I guarantee when that motherfucking credit union or that lender goes viral on YouTube and everybody shoots over there, now the ball is in their court. It's kind of like keeping the rich richer while the poor get poor. If you put the ball in their court, they're gonna take it. I'd take it. If everybody in the fucking country wants to buy my services, right? Same with me. If everybody comes and I have fucking 100,000 new applicants this week that wants to get funding from me, and I have 20,000 of them or 800s, and not saying individuals have bad credit, but the other 80,000 are 720 credit scores, who the fuck do you think I'm working with first? Right. It's common sense. And people don't understand this. They're not thinking about this shit. I'm trying to tell you, they're not thinking about this. They're thinking, well, this is a lender and I have good credit. I guarantee when this drops, everybody put in the comments if you have actual fucking good credit and been denied, or you have actual fucking good credit and you're like, man, they only give me 10,000. The fuck, I have a 730, 720. You only give me $5,000, 10,000, 15,000. So it's individuals like that, 100%.
What's the biggest funding myth that's keeping people broke?
That I can get EIN only funding. I see it all the time on the internet. It's a fucking lie. It shows a level of incompetency. You should immediately unfollow the person that's saying it. They're spreading fabricated bullshit that's going to keep you down in the major system. It's not going to work. It's all bullshit. It's not real.
Is it the same as saying you only need an LCL to get funded?
To get funded, yeah. These are 3 EIN only banks that's going to approve you for 150 grand. Bitch, kill yourself. It's not real. It's not real. It's fake. I'm trying to tell you. And if anybody out here could prove me wrong, or you can use EIN only with actual video proof, not pictures, not screenshots where you edited in Photoshop, you paid somebody to mark some numbers on the fucking picture. Video, FaceTime proof that I got EIN only funding, you will be a rich motherfucker. You should start a funding business immediately and start getting people funded, charging a percentage after the services are done. That's a lot of things with people out here also. You got to watch out for people that's trying to charge you before services are done. Courses old. That shit's old. People not going for it no more, right? They're going to call you a guru and a scammer. You don't want to be in that ballpark. Charge for the service when it is done. Guess what now? I have the leverage. When I get you $200,000 of funding and motherfucking, it's ready to pay my percentage, you're more than happy to do that. You're more than happy to do it. That's why we have a successful company making $150,000. Our highest month was $187,000. $187,000 in 30 fucking days. So, with that being said, you got to watch out for the biggest myth, which is, oh, you can get EIN only funding. It's not true. You have to have good personal credit. Let's pause the video right here. If you have a business that you want to get off the ground, an idea you've always had, or you need extra money for yourself personally, did you know that you or someone you know can access up to 6 figures in funding in the next 14 days? All you need is a 650 credit score, and my team here at The Truth Capital will help you access up to $250,000 in personal or business funding. You see, all these people out here, they say, well, you can get up to $250,000 in only business funding. But what if you don't have an established business? What if you don't have an LLC, but you have a 650 or better credit score? Then with us here at The Truth Capital, you qualify. And I want you to know, we don't only excel in business funding, but if you don't have that business that's already making money, or you don't have a business or LLC set up already, then you can also qualify for business fund. We got it all here for you at The Truth Capital. So if you or anyone you know wants to make an investment, start up a new business, open up that laundromat, open up the next restaurant, then all you have to do is click the second link in the description below, and my team will contact you and get you funded in the next 14 days. Click the second link below.
If you could tell a bank one thing to almost guarantee a high limit approval, what would it be?
One thing that guarantees a high limit approval, well, it's two things. I would make sure that the highest amount, like the credit limit, my highest credit limit on my credit card that's reporting to my credit report. So basically, the credit card that's reporting to my credit report, the highest limit is at least $25,000. If I have a $25,000 credit card reporting on my credit report and it's in good standing, I know I'm getting high limit funding. Number two, I would start, this is really big, right? This is really big. I'm gonna give you a legal, ethical play that's actually gonna fucking help you get high limit funding no matter where you go in the United States of America. Start paying yourself from an LLC that you made and pay yourself checks directly to your bank account, right? So example, let's say you making $10,000 a month. A lot of people got a lot of side hustles nowadays because the average job cannot support the average family in America. Meaning if I go out, get my wife pregnant, and we have 2 kids together, right, which is the traditional family. If I have an average job paying me, let's say on the high end, a good hourly rate on a good job, which a lot of people don't make this, honestly, $35 an hour. That really can't support 4 lives every single month. So I'm going to have to start I'm going to have to start a side hustle. So with that being said, from that side hustle or from the ways that I'm making money, I would pay myself from an LLC because that can mark in the bank's eyes, that will take my income sky high. And not only it takes my income sky high, I can absolutely prove that shit. I could prove, hey, my job pays me $35 an hour, while I know my bills cover most of that and a big chunk of change of that. I also have this on the side, and also here's the proof, Playboy. And you're probably wondering, well, how do I actually pay myself from my LLC? And how do I set it up to where if I want to go get funding, how can I provide the bank with check stubs legally and ethically without making a fucking check stub up? I'm gonna tell you how. The way you do it is simple. Go to ADP, call up ADP, sign up with your LLC, pay their little bullshit out subscription. After you do that, the money that you get in, boom, you just pay it out to your bank account. And guess what ADP does? It's going to print out you a check stub every time you send a wire to your bank account. It's essentially like sending yourself a Cash App or Zelle, right? You're waiting to the money deposit in your bank account. It's all your money, and you're doing it legally and ethically, and it's on paper. Simple as that. You just need a payroll service. It's very simple shit, not over the top, confusing bullshit. It's simple. You can use a payroll service like Gusto. You can use QuickBooks. There's a lot of ways that you could pay yourself and actually get the check stubs that the banks wants to see once they type your LLC up. Boom, legit LLC. Boom, legit pay check stub. Everything clears out. Boom. Oh, you want to take it a step further? Look at my bank statements. Boom, transactions match up. I'm good. This is shit people don't talk about. This is how to actually get the money, right? And people don't talk about this shit. Why? Because they're not doing it. They don't know it. They don't know it. They don't know it 100%.
If someone got $150,000 in funding right now, what's the worst way they could spend it? And why do you think so many people make that mistake?
Great question. A lot of people, when they get funded, they're going to spend it in the worst way. Unfortunately, that's why America's credit card debt is very fucking high. With that being said, the worst way you can spend it is obviously on bullshit, right? Going to the club, fucking off, doing basically and essentially shit that, you always dreamed of. But guess what? You're not there yet in life, right? You're using borrowed money, which is fine, but you got to leverage the money, right? Honestly and realistically, if you actually think about it, just think about it. The last thing people honestly think about, and I'm talking about the traditional person, honestly, it's probably not going to be a person watching this video because they're probably in the realm of, oh, I want to start a business, I want to leverage funding, do shit like that. But I'm talking the traditional everyday motherfucker. When they honestly get a credit card, they have no fucking thought in mind is as of to flipping and investing what they just ran into. They don't have that thought in mind. If every human being in America had the fucking idea of I get a credit card, I flip the money, I pay the shit back, and guess what? Now I'm generating a fuck ton of income. If I want to scale this thing that's making $100,000 a month to $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a month, then guess what? The bank's gonna fucking love me and they're gonna give me a limited amount of fucking money, meaning all the revenue that I'm bringing in from this, I don't have to motherfucking, I don't have to even put it back in the business. I can use these motherfuckers' money at 0% interest, meaning it's free money I'm getting, and then build this thing and all the revenue that I'm making from my business, I keep it, put it in my pocket for me and my family. I could build generational wealth for us. My kids got trust funds set up, right? So with that being said, the basic principle of this is most individual, and I'm talking realistically, at least 70% of people, when they get a credit card, they do not think investment first, and I'm going to make money off this $20,000 credit card. I'm going to make money off this $100,000 credit card. They don't think about that. Most people, right? Now, so why I think a lot of motherfuckers make that mistake is it's a level of fucking incompetency. I will tell you, I don't have a victim mindset. So if you that motherfucker, I wasn't taught this and my parents didn't grow up like this, so what? Cry a fucking river. It sucks for you. But if you want me to be real with you, it's unlimited information out here. And just like, we were talking before the cameras turned on, a lot of individuals get on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all these social media outlets and platforms. But in my words, what I tell a lot of people is don't let the platforms use you, use it. I'll repeat that. Don't let the social media platforms use you, use it. What do I mean by use it? When I do something like this, I'm going to break this video down into short form clips, and it's going to get tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views. And that's going to bring new customers into my business because they understand, oh yeah, he a motherfucker who actually know what he talking about. The shit he's saying is different from everybody else. This ain't your traditional washed down ass bullshit that you see on the internet that's cat, right? Everybody already tried it and they understand it does not work. I was the motherfucker actually trying shit and it didn't work. So with that being said, unfortunately, most people don't think like that, you know? And it's a very unfortunate thing that our fucking fucked up incompetent ass government has put on us when, you know, they made the educational system. They don't teach people about credit, right? They don't teach nobody about credit. That's why everybody, you know, when they get out of high school, get a first credit card, you know, maybe they get 2,000-3,000 on a credit card, they get a personal loan, whatever, fuck their credit up, boom. Or soon as somebody turn 18, 19, motherfucking mom, grandparents, putting cable bills and shit in your name, phone bills in your name, fuck your credit up real fast, real early in your life to where, you know, you don't have access to the world how the Donald Trumps have access to the world. You don't have access to the world how white people do and how they're leveraging credit to make a fucking investment that actually pays off later on in life. Nobody has that access. Why? Because it's a level of incompetency and education is simply not on that person. They don't have an education, they're not informed.
What's the number one mistake that could get your business credit shut down immediately?
I don't know. I've never had anybody say they got their business credit line shut down. I don't know. I never went through that.
Have you heard of banks approving people for funding and then shutting it down overnight without warning? Is that happening right now?
I've heard of people getting their personal credit line shut down. I had one client, he wanted to work with us, right, to get him funded. And when I looked at his credit report, he's in the 800s, very successful guy, very successful out of California. He's a foreigner. He wanted to work with us, and we worked. But the only thing is, and this is wholeheartedly true, unfortunately. Banks loan money to people who don't need money, 100%, 100%, they do. He came to us. He wanted an extra $200,000, right? But when I looked at his credit report, he had literally like $500,000 in available credit on the personal side, not on the business. On the personal side, simply that he never used. 0% utilization. I'm talking, I've never seen a credit report just $50,000 available, 0% used. 70,000, 0%, 20,000, 0%. He has access to fuck ton of money. And this is not including the money that he has in bank account. So I'm like, okay, I understand what he's doing. He's a smart guy. Honestly, he found a legal, ethical loophole in the system. Sort of like Trump, you know. What he did was, I don't know exactly how true this is, but I think, and I'm not going to say his name, obviously, but I think that he's living off business funding and he's living an amazing life straight off leveraging his personal credit, opening up fuck tons of LLCs and consistently going to get business funding because his personal credit is so fucking strong. When you look at a credit report like that, you don't deny him. You don't deny him. You never do. And if every month I can just go get $150K and then not fucking pay it back, and then do it again with 3 brand new LLCs the next month, and do it again with 3 brand new LLCs the next month. I have unlimited access to money that never reports to my personal credit. It doesn't do any harm to me personally. It will never do any harm to me personally. Yeah, you could say, oh, this business, this EIN number, you know, has bad debt attached to it, which is perfectly fine. But if you're generally talking to the average individual, it does no harm to him. Now, why I told you that story is simply because we got him funding from a lender. It was actually a credit union. We got him funding from a lender that he had a relationship with. They closed his personal and his business credit line that we got him, they closed it down. And you may ask why. They closed it down because he never used the $20,000 personal credit card that they gave him in 5 years. He didn't use it. So he was essentially only making the interest payment, just small interest payments, very small payments, right? And he never used the card. And they could close you down for inactivity. So if you're, talking about inactivity, you not using the cards, Capital One does this a lot. They'll close you down if you don't use the credit card. And this goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning, interest. If you're not making them money, then guess what? They're not in it for you. If you're not being a good client to them, they're not going to turn around and be a good client to you. That's same with a girlfriend. If you ain't putting into this girl, she's not going to be putting into you. It's very fucking simple. Very simple. And a lot of people are very incompetent. They don't understand the yin and yang.
Is it illegal to live off credit by opening a credit line, getting more credit to pay off the first one, and just keep doing that repeatedly?
Or is that like
That's what America's doing right now. If we technically talk about fiat currency, how the banking system actually work, we're talking about the Federal Reserve, and we're talking about the average traditional daily American, especially when people getting laid off from jobs. It's so many people living off credit cards.
To be clear with my description, it is as if it is their sole purpose, considering their unemployed situation and no business, and just relying on their credit cards.
Most people do that when everything starts falling downhill. You have technically hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people right now living off credit cards. Yes, you do have that. It's called living off your credit cards. So you can go on TikTok right now and search up living off my credit cards. If you don't have the right strategy behind that, it'll be a breaking point. Now, another thing, right? You saw me. I bought a whole PC setup off credit card points. It didn't cost me anything. I bought it from using a credit card, right? And it's free fucking money. So with that being said, you can live off your credit cards. I know people right now, especially the business ones. If you get business funding, especially through us, if you come to us to get business funding, it's so many fucking perks with credit cards. As you see, you saw me, whole fucking new setup, free. I didn't pay for anything. Didn't come out of mine. I used points. Turned those points to cash. Boom, got a whole new setup, right? And so with that being said, it's tons of people that use they live off credit card points, right? It's also tons of people that do essentially what's called a gift carding method, and I'll explain it to you, right? So, example, let's say you have a credit card and it's $100,000 credit card and it gives you 3% cash back on every purchase, right? I know people right now, and I got one dude specifically in mind. He's making $10,000 a month, strictly off credit card points. And you may ask how. Well, that's because all month, this is his job. Go swipe his credit card for so many fucking gift cards. He convert the gift cards very easy with a merchant account. Convert the gift cards to cash. After he convert the gift cards to cash, boom, he pays the credit card bill and do the same shit next month, living off the credit card points. It's very simple. It's not an hard game. And there's so many other like travel hacks, and you see all type of people getting first class flights to fucking Dubai, all type of shit strictly off credit card points. Strictly credit card points. So that's a whole nother realm that we could go down. If they want to know about this, then, drop in the comments if you want me to talk about the hacks to credit cards and all that shit. But it's so many ways that you can live off your credit cards without traditionally going into debt. 100%. You can do that. And there's people actually doing it. There's probably more people doing it than you actually think.
Do banks actually want people to pay back loans, or do they secretly prefer people to stay in debt forever?
It depends on that. That's probably a very stupid question, most people would say, but I understand this question. It depends on what loan that you have with a lending institution, if they want you to pay it back or not. I will explain deeper. It depends on what loan you have with a lending institution, if the lending institution absolutely wants you to pay the fucking loan back or not. So with that being said, if you have a loan that's a car loan, physical collateral, I could come repo that, right? Let's say me and you go in the car dealership, right? We own a car dealership together. If we own this car dealership together, I'm going to teach you how we can scam the fuck out of the entire America and get away with it legally and ethically. And tons of car dealerships are doing this to this day right now. And lenders are doing this right now. Car lenders do not want you to pay the loan back at all. At all. We go into business together. Guess what? You come in, you get $30,000 car from me, right? When you get this $30,000 car, let's say it's a customer that's working with us. We give this customer a $30,000 car. We charge them a normal percent interest right now, which is terrible. But honestly, cars probably right now are fucking 6 on the low end percent interest, all the way up to 20% interest, right? So let's say we give them a good interest rate, 6%. So with that being said, this individual is making their car payment every single fucking month. And let's say they have a 72-month term. After 72 months, the car is paid off, everything's good to go. But let's say this person, the 60-month, something like this happening now with Doge, the government, employees getting laid off. This person, unfortunately, gets laid off from their job, can't afford the credit card payments, can't afford their car payments, they're fucked. Guess what? This person just paid us about $20,000. We go get that car back from that person. We keep all the interest and all the money they gave us. And guess what? Guess what? Essentially, in my eyes, this is a scam. But legally, if you want to talk in black and white paperwork in a court of law, this is not a scam. This is what's currently happening in America right now. That motherfucker just paid us, let's say they paid $24,000, they only had $6,000 left. Well, guess what? We're going to come repo your shit, keep all the money, keep the interest, and we get to resell the car for $30,000 again. We love you. Come on back, dummy. Come back. We love you. Oh, yeah, we love your stupid ass. Yeah. Car dealerships are doing this all the time. So that's why I said it depends on what loan product you're talking about if the bank wants you to pay it back or not. Houses, the biggest scam in America. The biggest scam. I will explain how buying a house is the biggest scam in America. Well, look, guess what? Think about all the people that just got laid off, once again, by Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. If the Department of Government Efficiency laid off a federal worker making $170,000 a year, provide for his wife, provide for 3 fucking kids, guess what? You just took his only source of fucking income. He can't make the mortgage payment. He can't make the car payment. He can't make the credit card payments. So guess what the fuck he's got to do? Foreclosure. All that money you put in that house, boom, we coming to get it, right? Foreclosure. Bank foreclosed. Bank took the house back. Same thing with the car. Boom, cough that up, boom, we come to get it. Not saying that Doge and the Department of Government Efficiency is doing a bad job. No, they're cutting the fat. They're getting people out there are unwanted and they don't fucking actually have a real job in the system. I understand that. But what I'm saying is for that individual that only had that source of income and he based his entire family around a 9-to-5 job, he's fucked. So we get to resell your property, keep all the money you gave us, keep all the interest you gave us, and guess what? We get to sell that motherfucker again at a higher interest rate in a better market because inflation always goes up. I guarantee what he paid for the house is more than likely more value 5 years later, and they get to do the shit all over again. So it depends on the loan product that the bank gives you in order if they actually want you to pay it back or not. I call it legally and ethically finessing the system.
What's a smart way to quickly flip $150,000 in funding into a profitable business?
Start a funding business. Yup, start a funding business. I'm gonna tell you why. It's very low cost barrier to entry. You don't have to have all these certificates and all that bullshit. You can have a regular LLC, start a funding business right now. You don't have to go out and get 20, 30, 50, 100 clients a month. You can get 2 clients a month and you can actually make $20,000 a month off 2 people. And that's not getting them 200, 300,000. That's only getting each client, $100,000. It's a lot of people out here that'll pay you 10, 15% if you can actually get them 100K. If If you could actually take their 700 credit score, their 690, 730, and actually get them 100K, it's a lot of people that give you 10%. 100%. So if you want to start a funding business, that's another thing that we teach individuals. And I honestly mentor a lot of individuals that are actually making a lot of fucking money right now. Right now. Like our client Lavelle we work with. You hear me talk about him a lot. See, I can name drop in my shit. Because if he actually say, oh, Tay's capping, that's not real. You feel me? I can name drop. Go follow Good Credit Matters on Instagram, right? He partners with us. We do all his funding, and he makes a lot of fucking money with us because he's partnered with us, and he saw what we can do. He saw we could get individuals funding, boom, and now we do all type of clients together. So that's only something I partner with an individual after they actually come through me and get funding because I charge for that, right? Remember I told you in the beginning, you don't want to charge an individual up front before showing them that you know what the fuck you're talking about. You want to have leverage on people. So if I can have leverage on somebody and say, hey man, listen, please, I'm gonna be honest. Like today we had 2 clients that asked, hey, you got me all this funding. I'm not gonna say the name. We had one client ask for $120,000. You got it for him. Like he said, yes, I asked you for $120,000. Technically, I only need 70. What can I do with this other $50,000? Boom, we know exactly what to do with it, right? And that's something we offer only after a client gets funded. So they can see, oh shit, they're actually getting people money. They know what the fuck they're doing. They're not fucking around. They're not charging people $3, $4, $5, $6,000 up front for some bullshit, and then nobody ever sees a return on it. They're not doing that. They're actually getting results up front. So you know, oh yeah, this gravy, this shit works. And then, we come to an agreement, boom, they start getting leads and closing funding deals. It's that easy. But if somebody wants to make money off the funding that they have, start a funding business. It's the least barrier to entry. And most importantly, all you have to do is have 2 clients a month. Now you start scaling up to 10 clients a month, making multiple 6 figures a month. Yeah, that's all on you. 100%.
Of all of your clients, have you ever seen anyone waste the money you've given them?
Yes. I saw a guy, he came to us for funding. We got him $180,000 because his parents, before they died, they built his credit score up. We got him $180,000. He was broke in 2 days. Yeah, he started getting scorts. If you know what the website euros.com is, he told me the whole thing. He's not a very smart guy. Euros.com, he bought escorts with the money, Louis Vuitton designer, all the shit that he saw on Instagram, Lil Baby in them posts, he thought he was doing for 48 hours. That motherfucker was broke and asking us for more funding. Yeah, he had the receipts too. He went broke in 48 hours, 100%. I saw it. And this was about 2 years ago.
What's the smartest thing someone could do in the first 30 days of getting funded?
The smartest thing that you could do in the first 30 days of getting funding is have a plan before you get funding and invest the money immediately. What I tell everybody and my business partner, my sister, what I tell her is kick the money, get it out your way as fast as possible. Like we just had a deposit today. It was a very small deposit, like $7,000, but it was extra money that wasn't from our normal merchant account. Today, this just came in. And like I told her, we need to do something with this money ASAP. Crypto going up. Like you heard me call her and say, listen, we need to invest every day into Bitcoin. Every day for the rest of our life, we need to invest in Bitcoin. I don't care if it's $100 a day. I don't care if it's $20 a day. We need to invest something in Bitcoin every fucking day. Governments are starting to put their money in Bitcoin. So with that being said, I don't want to dive off into cryptocurrencies and all this bullshit. But what I'm trying to say is if someone out there is wondering what should I do? What's the plan? You need to have your plan ready before you get funded. So soon as you get the money, you get it gone. You do not want to play with the money. You can sit on the killer of a lot of people is sitting on money. Don't sit. I ain't gonna lie. Not even get on other people. I sat on money and fucked it up a ton of times. And I'm talking tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sitting on money is the death of money. Do not sit on it. 100%. 100%. I'm not I'm not the person to listen to when it comes to not taking risks, playing life safe, being average. I'm not that guy to listen to. I'm not. I hate Dave Ramsey. Fucking hate him. I don't agree with shit he's saying. I think he's trying to make everybody live a very normal, average life that they don't want to live. People choose people. If you had a magic ball and say, would you rather choose to put hard work in and guarantee riches, or would you rather put no work in and guarantee a very normal life? I guarantee a lot of people will choose to put hard work in and be rich. And if you choose the other vice versa way, you're fucking incompetent. You're a lazy fuck. You shouldn't be on the fucking planet that God gave you. People are genuinely lazy. I agree. Do you think God that made the human, the body that heals itself, you could catch a disease and it heals itself. You could cut your, like, when I was working out one time, I was doing slam balls with the medicine ball, and the first slam, boom, the ball came back, shot back, bow, whole motherfucking mouth, blood, busting out guts. I was bleeding out basically. The body heals itself. Do you think God took the easy route? If we're sitting here with God, the Mecca, the all-time power, and we're having an actual conversation, do you think he would say, yeah, I took the easy route? It was just so easy. I sat on the couch all day. I did nothing. You think you applaud people for that? Yeah, you had it easy, brother. Yeah, this is great. No, it's not even in the Bible. Come on now. 100%. It's incompetency. So with that being said, that pretty much sums it all up. People do the wrong shit with the funding that they have. It's very simple, and they don't have a plan. And it's unfortunate for a lot of people, and it absolutely stems from their roots. The very big shift in a person, I'll tell you, let their mama get cancer. Let their mom die. Let their boyfriend or girlfriend that they was very, very close with for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, let them die. Let a kid die on them. Let them get diagnosed with cancer themselves. You'll see a lot of change in people. Only thing that makes change is pain. Only thing that makes change is pain. Trust me. And trauma. 100%.
Do you think banks are rigged since they print thousands of dollars every day, but then charge interest on those same dollars they just printed?
Yes, it's just what we were talking about. Banks live off a credit system. I think it's under 20% of the world's GDP, meaning how much money we actually have on this planet. I think under 20% is in actual tangible cash or something physical, right? So with that being said, money is literally a fucking number on the screen, and it's made by the Federal Reserve.
Don't banks mostly loan out other people's money?
Yes, 100%. So when you get into fractional reserve banking, yes, if you actually look how money and credit.
But then what 80% is in the bank?
No. You don't understand how the system works. So let me get the answer out. If you understand fractional reserve banking, this is a fact. Fractional reserve banking is scamming the entire fucking population, right? If you right now printed paper money and said, this is $100,000 in paper money I just printed up my asshole, you're going to fucking jail. End of story. You're up the road. But the legal and the factual evidence, I don't go fuck what nobody say. If your dumb ass, anybody can look this up. Go do your research on fractional reserve banking. When a dollar comes in the system, $10 can be loaned out. This is a fucking very simple math equation, meaning you deposit $100 in a bank, that gives us positives on our banking balance sheet. When we report this balance sheet to the Federal Reserve and say, hey, this is our deposit sheet, we have this dumbass right here that gave us $10 or $100. That means the Federal Reserve, up their ass, can tell the bank, you can loan out 1,000. 10x whatever you have, and boom, you can give it out in loans. 100% Ponzi scheme. Yeah, Charles Ponzi, that made the Ponzi scheme, he went to jail for it though. Average motherfuckers like me and you can't do that. Only the Federal Reserve can do that. And actually, the Federal Reserve, it's not even a fucking government agency. It's a private company. Yeah. Yeah, look it up. Don't take my word. Look it up. It's a private company. Yeah, and these are the individuals and the things that are behind our personal and business funding when it comes to everything in credit and shit. Any dollar you put in the bank, and a lot of people know it, you can loan out 10x the amount. The whole Federal Reserve System, when it comes to credit, lending and all that, it's a big fucking fat scam. Big fat scam. And it's so many Federal Reserve employees that will straight up say, we print money out of thin air. And you may be asking yourself, well, if they print money out of thin air, well, why don't they just give me lines of credit? Why don't they just issue everybody credit cards? You got to remember one thing, a wealth gap. You got to remember division. What do I mean by division? Divide the churches, divide the people, divide the black and whites, divide the top 1% from the bottom motherfucking 99%. Divide the wealth gap. Divide the people with money. Divide the housing suburbs. What black suburb you know in America? Probably some in Atlanta, simply because Atlanta is predominantly black. But I'm talking about within the 50 states. Where's the black suburbs? How many black hoods can we name? Tons. Those are in every state. There's not a black suburb in every state. Division. You gotta divide.
What's one way people can make banks work for them instead of feeling like it's the other way around?
Know what to do with the money. Have leverage. And when I talk about having leverage, I'll give a clue to everybody watching. Have leverage in everything in life. If you got a wife, have leverage. What do you mean have leverage? Put yourself in a hole where either the bank or your wife needs you. What do the bank need me? Interest. How do I get the lowest interest rate and absolutely pay the bank and get them in my pocketbook? Boom. This what I'm gonna do, right? So you have a execution plan on paying the bank back. You have a real good relationship with the bank. Anything you do in life from now on, you got somebody to call that'll give you unlimited money. Who is that new person? Your banker. They gonna call you and give you unlimited money. Anything you want to do, they behind you because they know the money good. You want to develop new real estate? We got you. You want to open a car wash? We got you. Online business? We got you. I don't want to lead the black community or any community on this planet. Whites, Mexicans, people that jumped the border, got here illegally. I don't want to lead any motherfucker on this goddamn planet into a bad relationship with the bank. Fuck building a relationship with the drug dealer down the street, or fuck building a relationship with your husband, not your husband. Fuck building a relationship with the new boy at your job trying to get in your panties. The new girl at the job, she giving pussy up to everybody. Fuck her. Build a relationship with the bank. They gonna have your back. Money, the only thing never changed on somebody. It will never turn on you. You can only turn on money. How do you turn on money? You stop chasing it. You stop wanting it. You neglect it. It'll never turn on you. Money to save people out of lawsuits. Money to save people out of prosecutions. You see it all the time. Money don't change on you. Yeah, for sure. It's a sad case, but it's true.
Some people say never use personal credit for business, while others say leverage everything. Who's right?
Don't use personal credit for business. If you're a stupid fuck, you do that. Yeah, I'll admit it. Let's say you trying to build your credit. You start at the bottom, right? And you put $5,000 on a couple secured credit cards, right? You trying to really get it. What would you rather do? Go spend that $5,000 at the pub and on food, you eating that $5,000 up? Or you want to invest that in Facebook ads, YouTube ads, marketing? You want to build a content team. You want to actually do something with that money and attach to your personal credit. What you think the bank will be for? They'd be for you eating all the money up? Or they'd be for you using this money, leveraging this money and flipping it, paying them back and going to get a bigger amount of money? Yeah, I think the bank will want you to flip that money 100%. So if they saying don't use personal credit for business, it's a whole bunch of bullshit. You should instantly stop listening to that person, 100%. Never listen to a person that's telling you don't use this money to flip it and make it more money. That's a very incompetent, dumbass answer.
What's something shady about the funding business?
I know something very shady about all these motherfuckers out here that'll say, oh, we'll get you business funding 0% interest. Something very shady is individuals that are charging up front to get you funded. Stupid. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. How are you charging me up front? And it's a lot of motherfuckers out there that's doing this. How the fuck do you charge me up front for funding and you telling me you're going to give me $100,000 and you'll take 5-10% of that? But you want $1,000 up front to start this process. Why can't you just get your money on the back end after I get the funding and everything is legit for both of us? It only take about 2 weeks to get this $10,000. Why would you cut and kill this fucking deal for $1,000 upfront payment? That's because you promising shit that you can't deliver. And that shows security. The company Fund and Grow, when I first got into the funding business, Fund and Grow, they're a company that's really big funding company. We paid them, but this is before I knew anything about, when I got my credit right, before I do anything about funding. We paid them $3,500 to get us funding, and they didn't do anything. They didn't come back with any approvals. They went to the fucking traditional ass banks that everybody go to. They gave us a fuck ton of inquiries. Well, me personally, they gave me a fuck ton of inquiries, and they did nothing. They put me on the phone with a fucking VA. They made me wait months to even start the funding process, charged me $3,500. And then at the end of the funding process, after they charged me $3,500 upfront, made me wait, they didn't give me funding. They gave me a fucking VA that could barely talk English. It wasn't a good VA, it was bad VA. Then these motherfuckers literally said, we only can send you a percentage of the upfront cost back. We still need to keep $1,000 for our time. Yeah. Anybody saying you have to pay up front before you get funded, don't believe and get away from a whole bunch of bullshit. It's not true. Because you're going to lose out on a $10,000, $20,000 deal just for, like $1,000. What if you come back with this person with $300,000 in funding and they got to give you 10%? That's $30,000. I'm sure that person will be very, very fucking happy that you just got them $300,000. They'll be very happy to pay you your little 10%. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a very, very red flag, big red flag. And a lot of people out here are charging up front to get people funding, which is totally not fucking real. And it's not true. And you shouldn't be doing that. All right. Thank you for watching the entire video. Now, I promise you 100% free access to my $2,500 credit repair program, 100% free. Remember, all you have to do right now is like the video, comment 3 times on the video, and then subscribe to the channel. Now, here's how you're going to access this program. I'm going to leave a video on the screen right now, and that's going to take you to a video explaining how to get access to my entirely free program. This will teach you exactly how I took my credit score from a 513 to a 708 in just 8 days, show you over the shoulder, me filling out the dispute forms, the online disputes, the combination of the disputes that I used. It will show you everything in step-by-step detail, 100% free. And this video on the screen will give you all the steps. And number 2, if you don't see a video on the screen, all you have to do is click the first link in the description below this video, and you'll have instant access to my $2,500 program, 100% free. Remember, all you have to do is like the video, comment 3 times below, and subscribe to the channel.